We have empty seats, so please take up any empty seats instead of taking out new mats, please. And more. And each practice is a way to return and way to become present. So please now join me offering 4 bows to Dharma Kaya Buddha, fourfold grace. Please all rise. Palms together, your minds and hearts together. We'll offer 4 standing bows. I bow in gratitude to the grace of heaven and earth, honoring the infinite beneficence of nature and the universe. I bow in gratitude to the grace of parents, honoring the beneficence from parents, ancestors, and all those who have had a nurturing role in my life. I bow in gratitude to the grace of fellow beings, recognizing the truth of interconnectedness. I bow in gratitude to the grace of laws, which guides us, protects us, and promotes justice. Now please remain in standing. B, now I'll welcome B for Qigong stretching.
Good morning. What a beautiful summer morning it is. Again, feet shoulder width apart. Let's align the ankles with the hips, with the shoulders. Stand tall. Soften the ankles. A slight bend to the knees. Relax the shoulders. Relax the jaw. Just scan from the top of your head down, deep through your body. You feel well rooted. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Let's bring our hands up, palms facing up. Keep the elbows dropped up to chest height, turning them, coming down. Again. Inhaling. Exhale. And one more. Now reach up with one arm, coming up, breathing in, and let's begin bending to the side. Go as deep as is comfortable. You can use your hand to help support you along your leg. Once you exhale, come up, breathing in, and on to the other side, exhaling. And one more on each side. Now coming back to neutral, let's cross the arms. Now open up the chest, sweep, looking up, bending the back backwards, bringing your fists together, and now squeezing as you exhale all your muscles in your body, and release. Again, this is a nice tough one. Squeezing all those muscles right down to the toes. And your exhale and release. The next one, we're going to hum on our way down, really vibrate the body. Again. One more. And release. Let's bring our fingers together, pulling up, pushing up and out, really open up the chest, slowly dropping the arms. And entwine the fingers, pushing up and out. Big deep breath and exhale. 2 more. Last one. Great. Let's shake this out just a little bit. All right, let's come back to neutral. Bringing our hands up to chest height, keeping the elbows dropped, which keeps the tension off the shoulders. Let's create a ball of energy at heart center. From here, we're going to bring one arm up, pushing up towards the sky, bringing one arm down. Really feel that stretch. Coming back, passing the hands by each other. Passing that energy along. Lifting the sky up with one hand. One more. Okay. Let's open the legs a little bit. We're sort of in a horse stance. If you need to open up further, we're going to sit down into our stance a little here. So as far as this is comfortable, we're going to bring our arms up, touching, opening up, and pointing and shooting an arrow, keeping the pointer finger up, feeling that stretch up through the pointer finger. Hold, breathe. And release, sweeping the arms again, bringing those shoulders up, reaching up and over to the other side. Hold. We'll do two more. And last one. Great. It's nice and slow. Bring your step in. Keep your stance a little bit wider. We're going to just close with falling waters. So we're going to sweep our arms up again. Grab that energy. Grab the water energy. We're going to wash it down over our body. Pressing that water energy as we exhale. Down as far down as is comfortable into the ground. Now pulling it up, bringing that water energy up through our roots, palms facing the body, and releasing, allowing it to roll off the fingers. Again, inhale. Exhale while we wash that water energy. Pull it back up through the body, heart center. Let it fall off the fingers. And last one. Thank you, everyone.
Please be seated. Now let us continue our practice in silent sitting. So we'll practice about 20 minutes of sitting meditation. You can wiggle your body side to side, back and forth. Just find the most comfortable sitting position for your practice, either in your mats or in your chairs. Now Pete will guide us with more method of how to enjoy our meditation practice.
The method of sitting meditation is simple and easy. Sit comfortably on the floor or in a chair. Breathe in, grab all your tension, and breathe it out. Open up your chest and heart, stretch up tall, and align your spine from your neck to your tailbone. Relax your shoulders and arms, and allow your hands to rest on your knees. Bring your attention to your breath. As you exhale, release all mental and physical tension. invite your attention to abide in your chi energy field, which is called Tanjan. This is located about 2 inches below your navel and is the power center for your breathing. Open your eyes and gaze downward over the end of your nose into the floor. Keep your mouth closed and allow the tip of your tongue to rest gently against the roof of your mouth. When your mind is concentrated and calm, pure and clear saliva may gather in the mouth. You may swallow it. Relax your facial muscles and notice your gentle smile. If your face or body begins to itch, do not scratch. This is just a sign of the energy circulating in your body. Simply note the itching and let it pass. If your legs ache unbearably, you may change position very slowly and quietly so that you maintain a calm stillness and do not interrupt others. When thoughts arise in your mind, do not be discouraged or disturbed by them. Simply focus on your breathing without reacting to or playing with those thoughts. Recognize them as thoughts. They will disappear by themselves. And remember, keep bringing your awareness back to your Tanjan breathing center. If you continue practicing meditation for a long period of time, you will rest in the realm of samadhi, deep meditation in which the mind is calm, concentrated, perfectly focused, and at peace, with no distinction between self and others, time and place. We are grateful to sit quietly together, finding the still point within. May we be here now, aware of our ever calm and alert spirit.
When it comes to meditation, there are many forms. Now please join us in Sutra Chanting Meditation, pages 4 and 5. Pages 4 and 5.
In one song vow, one is the realm of samadhi beyond words and speech, the gateway of birth and death, transcending being and non-being, the origin of heaven and earth, parents, fellow beings, and lost true nature of all Buddhas, enlightened masters, unenlightened people, and sentient beings. One manifests as both permanence and impermanence, fused as permanence. The one unfolds into infinite worlds of ever abiding, spontaneous, just as it is, fused as impermanence. The one unfolds into infinite worlds through the cycle of formation, duration, decay, and extinction of the universe, and the birth, aging, illness, and death of all beings, according to how we use our minds and bodies. In the four forms of birth, we transform through the six realms of existence, progressing or regressing, with grace arising from harm or harm from grace. Therefore we unawakened beings vow to practice wholeheartedly, modeling ourselves after Eon Sangha Dharma Kaya Buddha, by cultivating our minds and bodies, deeply knowing human affairs and universal principles thoroughly, and using our minds and bodies skillfully, thus progressing rather than regressing, receiving grace rather than harm, until we attain the great empowerment of one and become one with the nature of Heart Sutra. The Bodhisattva of great compassion, when deeply practicing Prajnaparamita, realized that the five aggregates are empty, and thus became free from all suffering and distress. So Shariputra, form does not differ from emptiness. Emptiness does not differ from form. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. The same is true of sensations, perceptions, impulses, and consciousness. So Shariputra, all dharmas are empty. They do not appear or disappear, are not tainted past, present, and future rely on Prajna Paramita and attain supreme enlightenment. Therefore know that Prajna Paramita is the great mantra. Great enlightening mantra is the unsurpassed and unequaled mantra, which is able to eliminate all suffering. This is true. So proclaim the Prajna Paramita mantra, which says, gone, gone, gone beyond, far beyond, now awaken. Gate, gate, para, gate, parasamgate, bodhisvaha, gate, gate, para, gate, parasamgate, bodhisvaha, gate, gate, para, gate, parasamgate, bodhisvaha.
Let us wiggle our shoulders. Wiggle your fingers, your hands. Stretch your spine. Now breathe in and breathe out. Please join your palms together. Let us greet our teacher, Reverend Yu. This morning is going to give us a talk on the path to true refuge. Let us greet Reverend Yu.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me from the back? Yeah. Do you know there is a marathon in Sahara Desert in Africa, which is 6 times longer than the regular one. It's called Marathon des Sables. They run very long distance in a very dry climate. They run with a watered bottle in their hand. But occasionally, some of the athletes die. Do you know why they die? They die because of a dehydration. They run with a bottled water. But why they die in that way? They say, in the desert, as soon as sweats are released from the skin, it immediately evaporates, and their body don't feel thirsty. And every participant run very fast. So in order to keep up with them, they forget about their bodily condition. When they collapse, it's too late. Last year, in order to publish some of our teachers' book, I went to Korea, and I heard one of my friends died because of the cancer. And we went to the same college. She studied economics. She's a very, very smart woman. And after graduation, she started to work in the Bank of Korea. After 10 years, she went to England and had a PhD degree at the Cambridge University. And she worked crazy hours. The root cause of her death is not cancer. It's overwork. she could not stop working. So when I heard the news, she's just 60 years old, this Bible verse arose in my mind. What good is it if you gain the whole world but lose your soul? At the beginning of the ministers' retreat, 축사님도 had the Dharma Master of one Buddhism USA said this one. Everybody in this competitive society work very hard. And if in the ocean, if we row the boat, many people row very hard, but what if you just row the boat without knowing your destination or direction? You may go in the wrong direction. That's why we need to, from time to time, pause ourselves very deeply, look at our mind, and redirect, constantly reorient our life path. That's very important. Do you know why the bamboo, even though the inside is hollow, grow very tall and straight? It is because of the joints, the knots that support it along its way. So on a regular basis, once in a week and several weeks in a year, we need to retreat ourselves and deeply look at our mind, look at our life. Not just to recharge ourselves, but redirect our life. One Australian nurse was working at the hospice, conducted a survey. What people regret the most before they die? This is the top 5 thing. Number 1, I just worked and worked. Number 2, I lived the life that other people want, not the life that I truly desire. Nobody regret that I should have made more money, or I should have become more successful, and so on. But to them, it's too late. But we are not late. Yeah. One of the items of mindfulness in daily life, according to our scripture, is this one. Number 4, be mindful each year to set aside in advance the necessary funds for meditation retreat, so that you may receive a specialized training at the retreat center. So several days, several weeks in a year, just like the retreat we offer on a regular basis. Or in a week, one day in a week, we can make mini retreat. Once in a month, we hold here mini retreat. To recharge yourself, redirect yourself. And in one day, before going to work, after getting up, or before retiring to bed, after dinner time, you can create your own micro retreat. Is there anyone, your house has a bathroom. Your bathroom has a mirror. Is there anybody, your bathroom does not have a mirror? Every bathroom has a mirror. Why? After washing our face, we know it becomes clean, but we are not quite sure. We have to look in the mirror, whether some part, but soap is still around our ear or so. So joining residential retreat is taking shower. Mini retreat, micro retreat, that's like washing our face. Both are needed. There are two kinds of a mirror to clean our mind. One is the scripture. We think we are walking on the righteous path. Even though we are quite sure of that, many times we are not walking on the shortcut. We are walking detour. I think I said this before. Once in a month, I go to the YMCA in Greenbush to swim. I was member there for 10 years. 4 years ago, after leaving, I had to go to the bathroom. And using the facility, I discovered there is a side door of the building, which is very far closer to the parking lot. I always use the main entrance. Just like that. Many times, whether it's our practice or life, we are not walking on the shortcut or best path. How could you know? You're walking the best path or less efficient detour. The scripture. When you read the words of enlightened masters, you can understand. Or you have a very good teacher like Juksa님, then you can ask. Or if you have a Dharma friend, can give you a very honest advice. There is another scripture. There is another mirror in our life. That's our true nature or original mind. This is one of a very well-known koan. There is a volume of a scripture which is not made from ink or paper, but it radiates its light always. The scripture is our true nature, invisible mirror. One day, one lady, when I was in Korea, asked for a counseling to my teacher. And she said she dated with one person for several years, and she's the right person to marry. So he asked to my teacher. So do you know what my teacher told her? How can I know? But if your mind, if you are very quiet, internally and externally, you can put your hands on your heart and then think about you truly love that person or not. And he's the right person to marry. You will know. I thought that that's a great answer. One of the greatest philosopher, Confucian scholar in China is Zhu He. Zhu He is several books are legendary text books. Doing philosophy, that is a job. He thought about, contemplate many philosophical questions and read, write. After he became over 40 years old, and his eyesight became so weak, he could not read anymore. So from that period, he started to practice Confucian-style meditation, Zhengzha, which literally means right, upright sitting. And then, in one of his books, at the preface, he wrote in this way, he was very much surprised. After he meditated, even though he didn't think about all those philosophical questions, many things become very, very clear and understand. He just came to understand when his mind is calm, focused, and empowered. Each and every person, we have that kind of a mirror or infinite wisdom within ourselves. So when they say, what is a Buddhist practice? That's a mind practice. Mind practice has 3 areas. Calming down, focusing our mind, cultivation of a spirit, cultivating of wisdom, the second area, and mindfulness in our daily life. We usually call it threefold practice or threefold training. During the retreat period, whether it's the residential retreat or mini retreat, 1 day in a week, or micro retreat in the early morning or before retiring to bed, the main subject is cultivation of spirit and cultivation of wisdom. When you are involved in some work, for example, in your workplace, the main subject of your practice is mindful choice in action. These to assist each other and the ground and the base each other. That's what our founding master described. When a baby cries, when it's fed, it has a sound sleep. His diaper is changed. He smiles again. Nothing serious. If you are too much sensitive, or despite your will, you are too much judgmental. It's not what I want, but your mind go in that direction. Or full of resentment or complaint, probably the baby in our mind and heart is crying. It needs to be fed. It needs to be recharged. The rest, really, really good rest. What does that mean when we say retreat? One Dharma Center is a retreat center. Retreat means retreat our sensory experience from outside the world. Abstain from too much seeing, too much hearing, too much thinking, and so on. Before a frog jump forward, it first squat. Just like that, we need that kind of a period. Why Jewish people are very successful in the finance, in the Nobel Prize. There are a lot of Nobel Prize laureate, etc. A lot of people in many nations work very hard as a Jewish people. But some scholars said why they are very creative, it is because, generally speaking, they observe the Sabbath, one of the 10 Commandments. Observe the Sabbath day and keep it holy. All kinds of mental or physical work are not allowed. It is not the lazy day, it is the day to contemplate their true nature, contemplate the God. Then a great wisdom arise. So at the end of a retreat at the One Dharma Center, we are all participants seated in a circle and they share their experience. 3 years ago, at the end of the Memorial Day retreat, one lady said she's not interested in meditation or Buddhist teaching and so on. But for her 50th birthday, her daughter gave a gift, the gift of the One Dharma Center retreat. And she said, that's the best gift that she has received for her whole life. We do not have to wait for our friends or spouse to give the gift. We can buy the gift for ourselves. So on a regular basis, so I strongly encourage you to join it's not necessarily in the Labor Day coming retreat or October retreat. One day in a week, you need to recharge yourself, redirect that kind of a session. And in one day, before going to work, after getting up, or before retiring to bed, you have to create that session, that micro retreat. Then your life will constantly go in the right direction, and you will live a very free and happy life. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Yu. Now please open your booklet, page 6. There is the essence of one Buddhist teachings, which he mentioned about shortcut to cultivate our wisdom. It's called Essential Dharmas of Daily Practice. Helen will guide us to read this together.
Essential Dharmas of Daily Practice. 1. The mind is originally free from disturbance, but disturbances arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the equanimity of our true nature by letting go of disturbances. 2. The mind is originally free from delusion, but delusions arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the wisdom of our true nature by letting go of delusions. 3. The mind is originally free from wrongdoing, but wrongdoings arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the precepts of our true nature by letting go of wrongdoings. 4. Let us replace disbelief, greed, laziness, and ignorance with belief, zeal, questioning, and dedication. 5. Let us turn resentment into gratitude. 6. Let us turn dependency into self-reliance. 7. Let us turn reluctance to learn into willingness to learn well. 8. Let us turn reluctance to teach into willingness to teach well. 9. Let us turn lack of public spirit into eagerness to serve the good of all.
Now put down your booklet. You may stretch out your legs, hands on your knees, massage your knees. Wiggle your toes, your ankles. Bring both arms to one direction and stretch your spine. To the other direction, stretch. Come back to the center, hands together. Let's bounce forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come back up, hands up high. Breathe in, hands down and bend. Bend from your lower abdomen. Now come back up. So today's theme is retreat, right? And we have upcoming retreat next weekend, over the Labor Day weekend. And there are 2 on-site spots still available. So find more information, and commuters are always welcome. So at our next Sunday service, during that retreat, there will be Q&A session with our teacher, Venerable Juksanim, and the live audience, like you, have a chance to ask him questions. And I encourage you to take this opportunity to ask about your own practice. So think about what you might want to ask him and bring it. And let's ask him. And finally, I have this big thank you announcement. So over the past 2 weeks, we've been working on remodeling the floor of our central garden in the dining hall area. So you may have noticed the changes as you passed by. Have you? Yes? Good. And this project is one of our efforts to improve the space and make it more useful and welcoming. Although the work isn't fully finished, the main part of work is done thanks to the help of many people. So I'm going to say the name of those people. Gilad is not here today. Gilad and Kathy. Kathy's sons, 2 sons, one of sons here, Sai, and our One Dharma Center Kyomunims, including Venerable Juksanim, Reverend Hagam, and all other Kyomunims. But above all, I'd like to acknowledge 2 people who did the most of the work, Reverend Jay and John Logrand. Please, 2 of them stand up. We want to give you a big round of applause. Thank you so much. Thank you. That was great. Thank you. Now please join your palms together. And breathe in and breathe out. The reason that we gathered to get together here today and the reason why we need retreat period is because we want to take refuge in our Buddha nature within. We say that as Namu Amitabha. So before we move on to the next program, small group discussion, let us sing this song together. Namu Amitabha. 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 So I'd like to say thank you and goodbye to our online friends. We'll see you next week. And our in-person friends, we are going to have small group discussion today. So group of 4, turn to your neighbor. Group of 4 will have about 15 minutes of small group discussion. And the topic is, if you have ever joined a retreat anywhere or here, what have you learned from your retreat? If you haven't done any retreat yet, what would you like to learn from your retreat?